Hey folks, it's Super Nellius, and today I'll go over what may be the best clothing set in the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Without any hesitation, let's get into today's video. The glide suit is arguably the best new suit introduced in the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, as it gives you greater mobility while gliding or skydiving. I'll cover how to get the set in a bit, but first I wanted to look at how this set impacts your ability to glide and skydive in Tears of the Kingdom. Now comes the math. I started my testing at the Lookout Landing Skyview Tower, and to set myself a baseline to measure against, I aligned my camera to the north and only pushed up on the directional stick of my controller. Based on this initial launch, I had removed roughly 294 units, and for the purpose of this video, I'm simply calling the movement achieved units, which are determined through the XYZ coordinates of the map. So with my baseline set, I was then compelled to test whether or not the individual pieces of the glide suit had a different impact on movement, or if they all affected it the same amount. With one piece equipped, I moved about 452 units, which confirmed that the headpiece, legs, or the chest did not give a different amount to aerial movement improvement. I also tested with different combinations of two pieces to confirm that this also did not change the impact, and again had a movement increase of about 589 units. Lastly, with all three pieces equipped, I traveled from the launch point to the landing zone a total of 740 units. This indicated that one piece gave me a roughly 54% increase in aerial movement, two pieces gave me about a 100% increase in movement, and three pieces gave me about 140% increase in movement. One thing to keep in mind is that starting from a higher Z coordinate, a higher altitude, especially one that's on a hill like Mount Lanayru or the Gerudo Canyon Skyview Tower, will grant you even further movement as you have an even lower Z coordinate to reach before your descent comes to an end. The longer time gliding equals further distance. Testing in the Gerudo Canyon had much higher distance results, with two pieces and three pieces having about an increase in movement of 130 and 177% respectively. Not that it matters, but I wanted to see for myself what these numbers were like and if there'd be diminishing returns. The only way to really know would be to have a map where you can jump from the highest point and the Z coordinates is a constant, but the topography of Hyrule doesn't really allow for consistent testing like that. Before I get into how to acquire the glide suit, if you've enjoyed this video so far, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. Now, I'm sure we've all collected a bunch of armor sets, but given the nature of Tears of the Kingdom, with all the skydiving and gliding involved in this game, it stood out why the glide suit was so amazing. So, to acquire the three pieces of equipment, you'll have to venture out and complete 3 different trials on 3 separate floating islands. Courage Island, located in the Tabantha Sky Archipelago, Bravery Island, located in the North Hyrule Sky Archipelago, and lastly, Valor Island, located in the South Lanayru Sky Archipelago. Each of these islands has a light shrine located on them for easy fast traveling to once you've managed to land on them, which I'll let you determine the best way to do so. But once you manage to get to these islands, there will be a Zonai Steward construct waiting for you to interact with them. Doing so will allow you to start the trials, which you'll have to do twice. Once just to do a test run, and a second time requiring payment of a Zonai charge to do the ceremony. Doing so will teleport you to the start of the trial, and you'll have 30 seconds to dive through all the rings. If you manage to do so, you'll be rewarded with a piece of the glide set. Now, the importance of this set really stands out when you upgrade all 3 pieces to at least level 2, as this will give you the set bonus of impact proof, giving you complete immunity to fall damage. Doesn't matter how you fall, you're gonna be immune. Which in a game with lots of skydiving, paragliding, and base jumping into chasms, is quite literally a godsend. That's why I'd argue that this is the best suit in the game, and if you upgrade the suit to level 4, you'll also have 48 defense, which is a pretty decent overall number. Keep in mind, unlike other clothing sets, this item's effects and set bonuses are entirely unique to this set. There's no other clothing that can replicate it, and no ingredient will grant you an elixir or food that improves glide movement or impact resistance. So for a general all-round piece of equipment, this suit is my go-to. Keep in mind, upgrading the suit to level 4 will require a number of flying parts, namely 36 Gleeok wings, 24 Gibdo wings, and 30 Aerocuda wings. So get to hunting. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you found the video helpful and informative, and I hope to catch you in the next video. As always, I'm Super Nellius, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya!